So most of us were thrilled about the fact that outgoing President Joe Biden pardoned Marcus Garvey. And on the question of pardons, I want to quickly just speak about how important it is for Garvey to have been pardoned, considering that Garvey is one of the first, if not the first, civil rights leader that we know of that has been consequential in appealing to the consciousness of Black enslaved and Black people who had come out of slavery and lobbied for their empowerment and even tried to assist them in going back to Africa if they so desired. It was important that Marcus Garvey be pardoned because Marcus Garvey, in the face of it, they created this charade that Marcus Garvey had committed a crime. But what Marcus Garvey did was no crime. Additionally, pardons, now we see criminals, real criminals, violent criminals being pardoned. And one of the things that has affected us, one of the things that has bothered us as Jamaicans in particular, is the fact that we had a Black president in the name of Barack Obama, who so many Black people supported. And it is arguable a fact that had there not been a Marcus Garvey, there would not have been a President Barack Obama. And yet still, despite the fact that Congress, Black members of the Black, like the Black caucus within the United States Congress lobbied Obama for a pardon and for Garvey, Obama did not do it. Barack Obama went to Jamaica and was lobbied by the then Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller to issue a posthumous pardon for Marcus Garvey, and he did not do it. And so this is something that only Barack Obama can explain, because as Black people, we don't understand. Every other race look out for themselves. Barack Obama did not issue a pardon. And you see now, Trump came into power, and who does Trump look out for? His people. His people who are rioters, who committed violent acts, even against law enforcement. And they're on the streets now because Donald Trump pardoned his supporters. Barack Obama failed to pardon a man who lived a life that was exemplary, and a man who had done so much for the advancement of Black people, and who may have made it possible for him to become president. I want to read for you, because I just researched this article from the Dig. And it's titled Howard University School of Law, Professors and Students Secure Posthumous Pardon for Civil Rights Leader Marcus Garvey. This is important, and so I want to read this. This is so important, so we have an understanding of what happened. Howard University School of Law professors and students helped to secure a posthumous pardon for civil rights leader Marcus Mosiah Garvey Jr., ONH, on the eve of the Martin Luther King Jr. national holiday. The first national hero of Jamaica and champion of the Back to Africa political movement of the 1920s, Garvey founded the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, UNIA, to promote unity and pride amongst all Black people across the globe. For the last 15 years, Howard University Professor Justin Hansford has been working with Garvey's son, Julius Garvey, a medical doctor, who has championed the push for his father, who died in 1940, to receive a posthumous presidential pardon with an acknowledgement that he was unjustly charged. Marcus Garvey was convicted on one count of mail fraud in 1923 as president of the shipping and passenger company, the Black Star Line, for using the mail to defraud someone into buying stock in the company. He received the maximum punishment under the law, 5 years imprisonment and $1,000 fine. Hansford published Jailing a Rainbow, the unjust trial of and conviction of Marcus Garvey last year to outline his case for the pardon. The effort to convince President Biden to pardon Garvey included letters from 21 members of Congress, mostly from the Congressional Black Caucus. The letter stating, exonerating Mr. Garvey would honor his work for the Black community, remove the shadow of an unjust conviction, and further your administration's promise to advance racial justice. The Black community has pushed for a presidential pardon for Garvey since the conviction In 1987, Black Congress members John Conyers and Charlie Rangel held congressional hearings and introduced resolutions to exonerate Mr. Garvey. In the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey was the first man of color in the history of the United States to lead and develop a mass movement. He was the first man on a mass scale and level to make the Negro feel he was somebody, said Hansford. He was convicted of mail fraud in a trial widely recognized as a miscarriage of justice. This pardon acknowledged the wrongful nature of his trial and conviction, affirms Garvey's innocence, and uplifts Garvey's unique contribution to international cause of human rights, justice, and civil rights for all people worldwide. Born on August 17, 1887, Marcus Garvey was a pioneer and advocate for human rights and Pan-Africanism in the United States and worldwide. His activism and push economic self-empowerment energized millions of people around the world, and his legacy of human rights advocacy before the League of Nations is being uplifted today by the United Nations Permanent Forum and people of African descent. Garvey was one of the most influential Black nationalist leaders of his time. UNIA amassed a membership of 6 million people in 40 countries and was said to be unquestionably the most influential anti-colonial organization in Jamaica prior to 1938, according to Jamaican actress Honor Ford Smith. This exoneration marks the end of a 101-year fight to restore the legacy of Black pride and liberation to Marcus Garvey. The article went further, but I'll leave the rest of it out. You know, President Joe Biden deserves a lot of credit. A lot of credit. But as we salute the outgoing President Joe Biden, I just want to once again, as I did in the introductory phase of this short video, to question why did Barack Obama not pardon Marcus Garvey when Marcus Garvey done so much for the world, not just Black people, including himself? This is a question we may never have get the answer for. To former President Barack Obama has the answer to this, and he alone has the answer and knows why he did not do it. But he must feel some sense of shame that Joe Biden did the work that should be attributed to him. Thank you.